What's up guys? In this video, we're going to be talking about how rent to own works when it comes to condominiums in the Philippines. We're going to be talking about Jim Gaines' strategies and the typhoon that's currently facing the Philippines. What's up guys? Headed to the gym. There's actually a Category 5 super typhoon headed through northern Philippines, and it's going to also partially hit Metro Manila. So I'm not going out today, but I figured I'd just break down something. Here's how rent to own and rent to lease works, at least in the Philippines. It might be a little bit different in other countries, but if you've ever walked by any of those stands and you have the well-dressed salespeople out front that are offering you a brochure, and they're saying, sir or ma'am, are you interested in renting to own an apartment or condo, leasing or renting? Sometimes it will say lease to own. So in Philippines, here's exactly what that means based off of one experience that I've had and some basic Google research. So I did spend some time before touring the Uptown Park Suites in BGC, and the folks that showed me the apartment were very professional, very kind, and very helpful. And they explained what it means and broke it down for me. I can break it down for you in about 30 seconds. In the Philippines, all rent to own means, based off of how I have seen it done, is that the seller/builder of the condos will actually just finance your down payment. So how it works is you put down a reservation fee for like 50 or 60,000 pesos. That reservation fee goes towards the principal to own the condo. And then over a period of 12, 24, 36, or 48 months, or maybe longer, you can actually finance your down payment with the seller. That's 50% of what rent to own means. The other 50% is this. After that term is up, 12 to 48 months, where you were paying them towards the down payment, if you decide to pay the remaining balance on the condo, which is probably like 90%, if you used 4 years, for example, to pay for 10% of the condo, that when those 4 years are up, you're gonna owe 90%. So you either have to pay all that 90% in cash, which could still be a lot even for the Philippines, or you have to have a bank take over that 90% debt for you and then shift your payments to a bank. So during that time period, the rent to own basically means if when the period ends where they're financing the down payment, if you decide to buy the condo outright at that point, all your payments for the previous 4-year period would have went directly to the principal to pay down your loan, to pay down your balance on the condominium. And then if you decide not to buy the condo, then all of that money basically does not go to principal, of course, and you owe nothing. So you have the built-in flexibility to basically buy a condo, commit to those 4 years, and pay, whatever the set amount of money is going to be for that down payment installment term. And then when the time comes due for the rest of the money, you either pay cash or either have a bank finance the remainder for you after the down payment has been completed. So that's how rent to own works in like a minute or two. In the Philippines, probably very similar in most countries. You can also Google it, but I just thought I'd share that with you just so you have the knowledge of how that works. So you might be asking yourself, the next logical question is, should I ever consider buying a condo in the Philippines or abroad or anywhere? So that 100% is gonna depend upon your short and long-term goals and objectives. If your goal is to build equity and is to cut the cost of your living expenses basically in half for when it comes to rent, then maybe owning a condo is a good idea. I personally subscribe to the belief that flexibility and mobility is power, and I like having the freedom to not basically have a permanent residence really anywhere. I like being able to move if I want to without being tied to a specific mortgage payment. But again, if you know you're going to be in a specific country or city for a long time because you really enjoy it and you want a permanent address there, you can always buy a condo. And this is how it works most of the time, not every time, but one of the core reasons of buying a condo is, for example, say you want to rent a really nice condo and the rent was like 40,000 pesos per month. If you owned that condo over a 30-year mortgage with a 5, 10, 15, 20% down payment, the amount you would have to pay every month, inclusive of dues, would probably run you about 16, 17, 18,000 pesos a month to get 40,000 pesos per month worth of value. So you'd be getting like a luxury condo at a super low price that you would never be able to get it at if you were going to be renting that condo. Renting means, of course, you're gonna probably have to pay double or at least 50% more than what the landlord is probably paying. And that's generally what I've seen. That, of course, can vary. In other countries, the landlord is literally breaking even sometimes, and sometimes they're even losing money, where they're literally making $100 a month, which means their profit's 5,000 pesos a month in Philippines currency. But yeah, so it varies, but based off of what I have personally observed in Manila in 2022 in the Philippines, Philippines. That is a credit-worthy example of one of the reasons why you might want to own a condo is just to save money and give yourself a deal. Also, if you have the skill set of Airbnb, or you want to pick up the skill set of either Airbnb-ing a place or having a long-term furnished rental or unfurnished rental for a place, you can always turn it into an investment, and it could appreciate, actually go up in value. You could potentially sell it 5 or 10 years down the road, even if there's no tenant in there, and you might make a very large capital gain, which is a maybe. It's not a for sure thing, but well, with the way real estate prices are looking today, it does look like most places, either in Philippines and many countries, the real estate's just been going up like crazy. It's just the way that things are going down right now, especially after the pandemic. But yeah, those are just some quick thoughts on my personal opinions, my background experience. I basically have had landlord experience in the United States for like 4 to 5 years before I sold off my property, so I'm just giving you my thoughts on that. All right, cool. Let's head to the gym.
There is only one of you, only one of me. There's a million of those who won't let us be, but they're not gonna see me bleed. Cause baby, I got you. I've been beaten to the ground, dragged across the dirt. I've been scared to live cause some people never learn, but they're not gonna watch me burn. Cause baby, I got you. It's a new beginnings and a better life. It's the dancing underneath the disco lights. They can try but they can never take me down. Ooh, cause I'm not afraid, I'm not afraid, I'm not afraid to love, not afraid to love you. I'm not afraid, I'm not afraid, I'm not afraid to love, not afraid to love you. They always bring all the lonely, but with you here, nothing can scare me. I'm not afraid, I'm not.
Chicken thighs. Ooh, that's a generous amount of salt. Oh my goodness, I think that is way too much salt, but hey, just sweat it out. Fish, zucchini. What do I gotta do? So they called me for Thor Love and Thunder to be Chris Hemsworth's stunt double. I told them, sorry, I'm too skinny. So apparently there's a Category 5 super typhoon that's making its way through Luzon right now in northern Philippines. So hopefully everybody is going to be safe, and hopefully there's minimal damage, but it's just something to be aware of. And obviously by the time this video is being posted, the typhoon will probably have passed, but these are just my thoughts before it happens. Hopefully it doesn't cause a lot of damage. If you're in the city, I think you're a bit safer, but if you're in the provincial areas, out in the rural parts in the country, obviously you need to take steps to be on high alert and potentially move somewhere else if you're going to be right in the thick of it. But yeah, it's just crazy because I didn't have to really deal with this living in Arizona in the United States, so it's a new experience. The earthquakes are a new experience, but hope everyone stays safe out there. If any of the guys who are watching this are interested in what I might do for my gym workouts to kind of achieve the body I've achieved so far, trust me, I've got a long way to go with fitness goals. And right now I consider myself just moderate and balanced. But one thing I do is I have a scoop of whey protein powder every single day. It's a little bit expensive depending on the brand you get here in the Philippines, but you can definitely find cheaper brands for protein powder. And I put that into a morning smoothie every day, and I have a baby kale, banana, a scoop of peanut butter, which just adds more protein, a scoop of the whey protein powder, which is about 20 grams right from that. And I put almond milk in there and coffee, and also banana as well. Not a lot, usually just one banana to keep the sugar levels as low as possible. This gives me caffeine to wake me up and keep me alert, and it gives me protein. Kale has a lot of terrific antioxidants and other terrific properties that are just good for longevity and general health benefits. Also, the banana and the kale are great for coating the lining of your esophagus and your stomach. If you're a coffee drinker, it helps reduce stomach acid, which just has a ton of long-range benefits to help prevent stomach ulcers and stuff like that. One tip I could give you for the gym, more specifically other than nutrition and diet, is buy a good set of workout gloves. I can actually put a link in the description of the gloves I happen to use, and you can buy something similar, if not the one I recommend, but you should definitely get a pair of workout gloves that have straps around the wrist. This will increase your blood flow a little bit and kind of help you unlock more of a pump. One thing that definitely will help you get bigger arms or increase your muscle mass is definitely monitoring how much protein you're consuming and eating the lean meats. Like I have chicken every other day, and I have fish every other day, and I have beef usually once or twice a week, and I have either zucchini or cucumbers and kale, basically one of those three, and I have basically brown rice or just low or no sugar bread for my carbs. More or less, that's how I roll. When you're performing your reps, when you lift up dumbbells or whatever exercise you're doing, it's important to slow it down and kind of pace yourself and just slow your movements by about 20-30% and really try to feel that resistance as you go through each motion. This will increase the blood to that part of your body, if your arms or your legs. And when you do that, you're going to drive more blood into your muscles and into your cells, and you're going to create more growth in that area. Long story short, I'm not a exercise science major, but you can Google it and inform yourself with the correct terminology. But that's basically one small tip that can yield big results. Just wanted to share that with you. It's been working for me to help me achieve some impressive gains in the gym.
Love, not afraid to love you. I will tell the